What's going on internet? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, a rumor's hit the net that's got a lot of FPS fans excited. That rumor is that the next Call of Duty could be Black Ops 4. This rumor is only catching momentum because the claims come from an industry insider who's been corrected by various other predictions. This guy claims that Black Ops 4 will take place in modern day and it'll have a focus on a boots to the ground experience like World War II. Just keep in mind that all this is just rumors, none of this is confirmed by Treyarch or Activision, but if you want to read the full article, there will be a link in the description box below. But yeah, this rumor got me thinking, man, has Call of Duty done it all? Think about it. I mean, we've been to World War II a million times, then we went to modern day, then the future, then we went to space, right back to World War II. Where can this franchise go? It got me thinking about how they can make so much more creative things with their games. I'm tired of playing the same old 20 to 30 something year old grizzled private in the United States military. There are all different types of wars that can provide much more interesting and personal stories with unique gameplay elements. So now you're probably sitting there wondering, well, what the hell am I talking about? And I don't blame you. So here's a suggestion. How about Call of Duty does a game on the war on drugs? It's a war, and it's based on a true story. Call it Call of Duty, the war on drugs if you're trying to be PC, or call it Call of Duty, the destruction of the Black and Latino community if we're trying to be realistic. But anyways, listen, you could tackle so many interesting sides to this American story in dynamic set pieces. I mean, I already got the first mission in my head. Okay, so Call of Duty, the war on drugs starts off with you playing the burglars who broke into the Watergate Hotel. You gotta wiretap the room, but then you get caught, and then you gotta jump out the window where you land and you break your legs. Then you gotta do this whole quick time event where you gotta rapidly tap the A button to take some type of poison pill before shouting Hell Hydra. All right, listen, I know that sounds crazy, so listen. After you get that done, you get a montage of President Nixon resigning. Then it cuts to some generic Nam footage where American GIs are getting hooked on heroin, and then fast forward to President Reagan declaring a war on drugs. One of the early missions that you get to do in this game is you get to take control of a CIA operative overseeing the sponsored freedom fighters known as Contras in the jungles of Nicaragua. You play as a CIA operative who's new to the CIA, and he finds out that the US government is smuggling cocaine to fuel their fight against communism. But before you could tell the world the truth, the CIA assassinates you. Meanwhile, in America, you get to play missions where you get to take control of the FBI. Why? Because nobody had a bigger boner for the Black Panthers than the FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover. Fuck all that positivity and defending your neighborhood shit. You get to take control of FBI agents going out of their way to dismantle the Black Panthers from within. The Black Panthers used to feed thousands of kids with their free breakfast program every day. The FBI can't allow the black man to sustain himself, so it's your job as one of Hoover's FBI goons to take all the black leadership and just destroy them so that the black community becomes weak and fragile. Fast forward to 1988 and crack cocaine, weed, and heroin is plaguing the black community because the CIA planted drugs in our neighborhoods. On top of that, President Reagan signs a bill into law that gives harsher penalties to low-level crack dealers over traditional cocaine dealers. Who happens to sell crack? Mostly black and brown people because it was cheaper. During this period of Call of Duty, the war on drugs, you'll get to control police missions like the 6 a.m. batting ram raids that the LAPD used to do in the late 80s that Ice-T used to rap about in his music. It'd be dope if that song was actually playing while you're in control of the police destroying the black neighborhoods.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor.
These missions, they'll play something like Rainbow Six Siege, except we're not extracting anyone, we're just gonna shoot everyone because they're black regardless if they're women and children in the house. I'm telling you, Call of Duty, the war on drugs will be amazing. It will span several decades, including the 90s. During the 90s segment of the game, Clinton is president. He pulls the wool over the black community's eyes when he plays the saxophone on Arsenio Hall, which will be a QTE side mission, by the way. Once he's president, a cutscene will play where he signs a new crime bill into law. Now, it's 3 strikes and you're out of here with that new crime bill, which leads to mass incarceration of black and brown people. I don't know what kind of gameplay we would put in the 90s, but I do know a lot of brothers are going to get locked up for non-violent offenses of selling weed. This leaves the fat cats on Wall Street happy because those private prison systems are getting filled up. Feel free to leave some comments in the comment section below, giving some suggestions on what 90s gameplay you guys want to see. Okay, so listen, fast forward to the 2010s where the game starts to end. Americans are finally starting to wake up and realize that weed ain't that bad. America has more people incarcerated than like every other country combined at this point in the game. America realizes that we've been building more prisons than schools. So many states call the war on drugs stupid and they start legalizing weed. Next thing you know, white folks is making millions off the same product that destroyed the black family. Now this is the best part of the game. At this point, America is forced to take a hard, long look at themselves and ask, what the fuck have we done? Call of Duty, the war on drugs, won't be a game that you can win because at the end, you realize that America's the villain. And thanks for watching my video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you'll never miss another video. Also consider pledging my Patreon. It helps keep the lights on. There's a link in the description box below. Peace. Oh shit, bonus scene. Alright, so this game will have a true ending. Yes, we could leave it on the villain ending, but the true ending, you can only get it if you do all the side missions and you beat the game at 100%. If you do that, you'll get a much happier ending. You'll get a montage of like different news clips of like the San Francisco mayor who's trying to free all the people who've been locked up for non-violent weed charges, and boom, that's the end of Call of Duty, the destruction of the Black and Latino community.